It has been 2 days now since the terrible crisis that occurred on Southwest Flight 1380. Today, I come before you all heartbroken that such a small defect in one of our planes could result in the death of one of our passengers. At Southwest, our passengers are always our first priority. Knowing that we have failed you, we will ensure that this never happens again. Let me begin this speech by explaining how this accident came to be. The National Transportation Safety Board has found the culprit of this explosion to be a small hair-like fracture on one of the 24 fan blades in the engine. The cause of the fracture is due to metal fatigue. As our CEO Gary Kelly has said, there's no information that there were any issues with the airplane or the engine. As a matter of fact, the plane had only flown 10,000 of the 40,000 trips allowed by our airline, and wasn't due for ultrasound inspection for another 5,000 trips. I believe because of this incident, we must enforce greater mechanical checks on our airplanes every 10,000 trips rather than every 15,000. Let me explain why increased safety action is very necessary. First of all, we at Southwest want to start by apologizing to the Riordan family. Our hearts got to you in this troublesome time. We hope that you can find peace in knowing we have every resource available working towards a solution. As you know, this is not the first time something like this has happened. 2 years ago, a flight going to Orlando had to make a similar emergency landing due to the disintegration of an engine while mid-flight. This makes 2 emergency landings in the past 2 years, and at Southwest we find this simply unacceptable. Safety is our number one concern, and we'll do what's necessary to ensure the safety of our passengers and crew. Because of this continuous problem, the FAA has not only recommended ultrasound checks of fan blades, but has begun the federal process to make it mandatory. We will continue to post updates on our Facebook, Instagram, and other social media accounts. Feel free to ask questions there, and also to look for questions that have already been answered. Now, people have begun to say that Southwest does not check their fleet for mechanical issues enough. This is false. This specific plane was inspected 2 days before the explosion. It passed current regulations and was registered to fly safely by the FAA. If ultrasound inspections are made mandatory by the FAA, it will require fan blades to be checked every time the engine reaches a certain amount of takeoffs and landings. If one fan blade fails the examination, it will have to be replaced. We at Southwest plan to increase our inspections of our fleet throughout the next 30 days, including the ultrasound checks. Having explained our plans to increase the safety of our flights, let me conclude. Again, we are terribly sorry to the Riordan family who has suffered the consequences of our shortcomings. We will continue to ensure the safety of our passengers and crew through using ultrasound checks of our entire fleet over the next 30 days. We also pledge to ensue thorough inspections of the fan blades every 10,000 trips rather than 15,000. We fully support the FAA in their mandatory ultrasound inspections. Anything that Southwest can do to provide more comfort and safety to the public, rest assured, we will do it. If more information comes to us, we will relay it to you. Thank you for your time.